That
seems like too much. I think we're here.
Hello and welcome.
Hello and welcome to this April AUA. I'm so glad.
Number 8.
Number 8. So many questions. So many interrogations. But it's my favorite thing we do.
Some harsh questions. I saw some harsh questions.
I have not seen any of the questions ahead of time, so I've not prepared. So this will be all improv and candid. So we'll see.
Okay.
Aaron's here.
Hello. We're going to start with the questions from the post on Patreon.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Do you want to explain about your food situation?
Why you got called out like that, Aaron? I was being so chill about it.
So guys, if you see us do this.
When I was doing this, they were like, what's he doing?
It means I'm eating a tater tot. We got lost in the planning. We've been planning our Dallas show today, and we got lost in the planning of it. And then suddenly Aaron looked up and went, "What time's the AUA?" And it's like, I told you guys, gotta go eat now. So we picked the longest thing. There were middle schoolers who are at the science museum next door, so they're all getting burgers because none of them want ramen. Weirdly.
Listen, when we go out to eat as a family, and if we get French fries, which is always. We'll do the thing like who has the longest fry. Is that weird? Is that a weird game to play?
No, not with kids.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, not with children.
Not with children. Yeah, it probably is with a double date. So who's got the longest fry? We don't do that.
What does that mean for the end of our evening? I don't understand that. That's super weird.
No.
So we're not going to eat while we talk because that would be disgusting. But if we do kind of like lean off.
See, when I go off screen, I'm like only preparing for the next question. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, that's what it is. Because you know, some of you are. I love that Katie Patati like sent a screenshot of her alarm that she set for 3:30 in the morning in Australia, so that she. This is a rare daytime because we're all here together. We promise next time will be in the evening.
Probably.
No, we shouldn't promise that.
We won't promise because sometimes we make promises in AUAs that are difficult to keep, aren't they, Erin?
They are, and we learn our lesson. Okay. So we're gonna start with Adrienne Cooper.
Adrienne
wants to know more. This is specifically not. She has a question. Well, she has questions for all of us. Knox, please tell us more about Lauren Bacon.
Lauren Bacon is who dumped me. In 7th grade, I think I got my arm around her in a movie. That's as far as we got, and then she dumped me at a basketball game. It was very sad. So her sister lives here in Birmingham, actually.
What's her sister's name?
Oh,
Bacon?
Morgan.
You mean your
Cheek? Is that right?
All right.
I don't know why I'm asking you if that's right. Yeah, this is an anecdote from my childhood. So.
Is it weird that one of them's name is Bacon and then the other one married into Cheek?
I don't know. I don't know what her new last name is. She's really nice.
I would keep Bacon as the maiden name.
Sure.
That would hyphenate.
Yeah, Bacon.
Bacon Cheek?
Bacon Cheek.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a good one.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Okay. Jamie, this is also from Adrienne. Why do you hate ladybugs?
Okay, so there's a story. I will post a link to it like on Instagram stories so that you can read it. It's on my blog, like when I blogged. But the story is that I broke my arm in high school, and during Spirit Week, I fell down some stairs and went to brace myself, and I broke both the bones in my forearm. And I got up, I pushed that arm right back to straight, and was like, and my friend Kelly was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like,
we're still talking about the ladybug thing?
Yeah, no, it's the story. It's all related. So anyway, I broke my arm. I had to wear a cast up to my shoulder for 10 weeks. I couldn't sleep on my bed because I sleep on my stomach. I slept on a recliner. It was during winter, and there were ladybugs everywhere. And so every time I went to swat a ladybug, my arm would fall off the recliner handle, and it would hurt like a
Why are you
mug.
swatting ladybugs? Ladybugs are inherently not.
You're disgusting. I don't want them in my face and in my milk.
But they don't know ladybug. I've seen them like on windowsills, but they've never been like.
I've never come at you.
Oh, no, they come at you. In the Golden House, they come at you. But, so I got my cast off, and 2 weeks later, I was writing a paper at the dining room table, and there were ladybugs swatting, and I was like, now's my revenge. And I took a rolled up Better Homes and Gardens, got on top of that table, and started killing them like I was at war. I fell off the table, broke my foot.
So it does feel like the problematic denominator in this anecdote is you. I don't know that the ladybugs victimized you.
Listen, but since then, I can't, like if there's a ladybug in here now, I would always have one eye on it. And then I would ask someone to kill it.
Okay.
Yeah. Or to take it out. Take it out. It doesn't have to die, but take it out. They're not good luck. They're disgusting.
Leanne Swarbrick. Jamie, did you end up watching Schitt's Creek? Thoughts? Please don't break my heart and say anything.
No, I did watch it, and I really liked season 1. I just...
Jamie.
No, I did. I really liked season 1.
I don't think you told me that. I think...
No. I watched season 1.
Why can't Knox be consulted about this question? Why can't I be asked about my opinion on this question?
Because I think people were saying, I did a poll on Instagram, you know, my other career.
Yeah.
On Instagram, should I watch Schitt's Creek or Manhunt? I watched both, by the way. Manhunt was fantastic. But I loved season 1 of Schitt's Creek. Gosh, Eugene Levy's son, Dan is
also great on the gram.
Oh, okay. Is he? Okay, I love him. Dan.
Here's the problem with Schitt's Creek, I'll tell you.
Have you watched it?
It's Chris Elliott. He's a problem.
Oh, he is a problem.
He's the issue.
He's the mayor. He's
I can't get over him.
Gosh, but Catherine, what's her face? What's her name? The mom from Holland.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
She's amazing.
I didn't know that the waitress at the place was also Eugene Levy's daughter, like Dan Levy's sister. Levy, sorry. So good. Like I like it, but I dialed out because I will tell you, I like a ship. You know, I like a ship, and I thought there was a ship with the hotel girl, but then he came out of the closet. And guys, I have some PTSD about guys liking girls and then telling those girls they're gay. I have some PTSD about that. Just some personal stuff. So I decided, but I do love to watch clips of it every so often because it's really funny.
Give it a number, 1 to 10.
Like 10 is what?
The Wire, and 1 is Schitt's Creek. Spoiler.
I would say it's like a 6, 7, 6.5.
Okay.
I would recommend it to people, but I don't know that I would watch past season 1.
Okay.
It feels repetitive. There might be some key episodes, but I loved season 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bree Hester, can you explain show friend me Catherine? Why is she a friend of me? Backstory, please.
Let's you handle that one.
I feel like this is a way for Knox to eat and me not to get to eat.
Yeah.
These questions are great. So it really goes back to old school, and she's still a show friend of me. Catherine would talk trash about the show every week, but also generously support us. She's an OG Patreon supporter. She would volunteer at events. She would say wonderful things about our show to her followers, write about us on our blog. So it was a classic show frenemy. There's some people who think they're show frenemies, but they're just show enemies.
That's a word.
They don't balance out the negative with the positive. They only talk negative, and they'll tell us they love us, but they don't tell anybody they know they love us. So Catherine is a perfect, and look, we had a perfect show frenemy moment this week because Catherine shared episodes that she loves of podcasts. It included Dak Shepard, our mortal enemy, and Dak Shepard replied to her and included us in the reply.
That was like when I saw that, I thought we're getting closer.
We are. The dream is that he would be a guest, I would think, on the Bible bench, just on a bonus episode.
My dream is for him to be a guest, but then us cut him for time. They're like, that Dak segment was just a little weak, so let's cut it, and we'll try again later, maybe.
Yeah.
My favorite part, I think, where she proved her fidelity and friendship to us was when she showed up in Louisville and hung out with us at Ann Vogel's house and had no less than 16 Chardonnays for our benefit.
Listen,
to help us.
I will say about Catherine, she has the mighty alcohol constitution. I have never seen her
mixed in water.
Tipsy. I've never seen her mixed in water, but I've never seen her tipsy, and I've seen her drink a lot. And she seems to just be able to handle it, but not in Louisville. She was, what was it?
Shark cat.
Shark cat.
Yeah.
So many sharks. Because she said every time she looked around, Jason Waterfalls handed her a new Chardonnay.
Which is why we love.
That's one of the
talents
of
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason's amazing. He's the best intern ever.
Okay, Lindsay Carson, how awful is Emma Watson's hair right now? She looks like a street urchin extra from Linda.
I got a spicy take. I don't hate it.
What?
I don't hate it. I don't know what to make of this. I don't necessarily hate it, but it's just, you called it baby hair, didn't you?
It's baby bangs.
It does look like baby hair.
And I don't know. I'm
going to show it to everybody.
I appreciate the effort, is what I'm saying.
Good.
Was there effort involved?
Well, there was something involved.
Listen,
And I
the
appreciate
fact that
it.
her baby bangs are real choppy, like she did it herself while she was sleepwalking.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, guys, that's not great.
It's interesting. It's very interesting.
Okay, somebody has a Hermione crush.
Oh,
and
no,
it's not
no,
over.
but does she ever do anything interesting? No. So the fact that she has tried something interesting and has she pulled it off? No, she hasn't. But I appreciate the effort.
It's so bad.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Like, what if, God, what is Ron Weasley's name? We do this every time. Grint.
Rupert Grint.
Rupee Grint. What if he got a face tattoo? It wouldn't be good, but I'd be like, well, I like what you're doing. I like where you're going. Let's see where this is, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Catherine Harvey. How is online dating going for Elaine?
Elaine.
That's exactly right. It's not going great. I've gotten weird matches. Like matches that, because you get matches on online dating things where you go, oh, I would do this. And I've talked to 3 of the matches. Like it started the conversation with them. And then immediately I'm like, I ghost them because I'm like, like they were my back. I'm like, no, you're creepy. And I'm not going to say why they're creepy because some of you watching might be creepy in the same way. And I don't want to but I don't want to date you. I'm not romantically trying to connect with you.
What's your, when you're looking for, so I guess it's like you guys match and then there's an initial interaction, right?
Yes.
What are you looking for? Are you looking for a slow circling of each other?
Right.
Are you looking for someone to get right to it?
I think I want a slow circle, but I want them to get right to it.
Okay, that's
eHarmony.
That's called a moving target, and that's very difficult to hit.
And eHarmony, by the way, matched me when they talked about the guy that I'm best suited with. It is someone in the military or in the police.
That feels on brand.
I know, like somebody who can push me
No.
Oh no, we did it. No.
Just for Patreon.
Okay. Taylor. I think this is Choke.
Okay.
Thoughts?
No, say it. Say it with conviction.
Taylor Choke.
Okay.
Thoughts on Scarlett Johansson and Colin Jost? Do you think they match the scientific method from the breakout episode?
No, they don't.
They do not. Why did they not? Because he's attractive.
Is he
No.
He's as Annie Jones says, he's blandly handsome.
Okay,
He looks
I
like
think
a Q-tip.
he's symmetrical, right?
He is
Symmetrical is the thing, but it's not attractive necessarily.
Is he funny? Is that why I think he's attractive? He's funny. But let me tell you, at that Infinity War premiere where they outed themselves as a couple, like officially, they walked the carpet together. She was so 90s, like blue and choker and silver. And I thought I felt bad for her truly because I was like, oh look, there is Zoe Saldana. And Scarlett can't hang.
And she was just blown up.
Because Elizabeth Olsen's not a competition, right?
No.
But, you can't compare with Zoe Saldana.
Can we talk about that trailer just for a minute? Like, why are they slowly running through the woods? Like, I don't understand that movie.
They're trying to get. Oh my gosh! Thank you.
Is that current Scarlett?
Yes.
That was at the
guys adding on a Winona Ryder pixie. So that's what she looks like right now.
I need her to take a
lane. You're right. He's not cute.
Okay.
Sorry about that. My memory was weird.
It's okay. He looks. It's almost like maybe it's you associated with SNL. Like SNL.
Yeah. I love the Weekend Update. That's my favorite part.
I don't know about her. Where is she in 5 years?
Dead.
So Aaron has voted dead. How old is Scarlett? She's 35 maybe? Or is she 22? I would believe either of those.
You could tell me either and I would believe it.
Let's see.
Like, are we speaking about her in a lofty tone of voice? Like,
she's 33.
So she'll be 38.
I think she'll.
So she's 2 years away from being irrelevant, as we know from science.
I think she does lead roles in. I think she goes back to doing dramatic work, because she's got to get out of this. She's been holding out for a Black Widow film, which is not going to happen.
That is a sunk cost, man. Why would you do that? Who do you feel worse for the next 5 years? Scarlett Johansson or Renner? Renner is holding on so hard for a Hawkeye, and it's like,
he's not going to get it. I like Jeremy. I feel like Jeremy Renner still does good work outside of Marvel. I love that Winter film with the murders and rapes.
I want to help you. I do.
Wind, cold wind.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
cold winter mountain water.
You know what I'm talking about. It was such a good film. It was so good.
It's true.
All right.
And who was in it? Shane.
Shane.
Was it dark and gritty?
Yes.
You're
John
exactly
Bernthal.
right. Yeah.
If you've listened to
So today, I don't know what to say.
today's episode, yeah, we talk about John
Can
Bernthal.
can we address grouchy caterpillar, hungry caterpillar, grouchy ladybug?
It's time for corrections on Wednesday's episode.
Oh, God. You feel so strong
I'm sorry I
about
didn't
something?
help you. I'm sorry I couldn't
It's
help
okay.
you.
It's not your lane.
It's not your problem.
Why would you know? I just need to apologize for reading my children's literature wrong. I'm taking a beating on social media right now. It's okay. That's it. That's all I get.
Okay. Taylor also asks Jamie, do you have any tips on surviving ADD?
Oh, you know, it's so sweet. I was at a conference last weekend, and a girl came up to me and said, are you doing it without meds? And I am, probably 95% of the time. There's the occasional episode. You probably can tell the difference when I've had a little bit of Ritalin, you know, but not Ritalin. But for me, it's caffeine. And I felt bad for this woman because I was like, oh no, espressos and caffeine can help tremendously, like taking a caffeine pill instead of like a prescription amphetamine. It's great. And then I realized she was like in her second trimester of her pregnancy. And so she can't probably, I was like, well, you just need to lower the bar of your expectations for yourself for the next 6 months. Because she was saying like when she's on the drugs, she's super active, which is true for me. But the downside is you don't sleep and therefore you have bad under eye circles. And I can't live that life.
There's also some other bad things about not sleeping.
And about not sleeping.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, and if you have ADD, you're more likely to have dementia when you're older. So congratulations, Taylor.
Oh, so you really brought that around.
Wow. I'm just saying, I do all the science games to help with
way.
my sharpness.
Okay. Julie Huff. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Aaron Piemontesi.
Love it.
Hi, Montesi.
That sounds right.
I heard you mention Alan Sepinwall today. Who are some other TV movie critics that you both follow?
I think we both uniformly follow Alan Sepinwall.
Yes. I love Alan. I love Owen Lieberman. He's a movie critic. I love him. I actually normally like Peter Travers from Rolling Stone. He's a movie critic primarily. But I
Will Leach. I don't know where he's writing at now. I just follow him on Twitter. He's a good movie reviewer. I like to go. I'm a big fan of AV Club when I'm reading reviews.
Yeah.
Anytime I watch something, I'll go there. I usually have a well-informed review.
Anne Helen Peterson.
Yeah.
I love Anne Helen Peterson.
Did she do a lot of reviews?
Well, she'll talk about pop culture in her Twitter a lot. And so she'll reference like positive things. And so I like her for that. And oh my gosh, Eric Thomas.
Oh, our Eric Thomas.
Our Eric Thomas is a perfect person. Listen, I'm going to find it because we ain't got nothing else to do right now except this AUA. But I'm going to find where I heard it. Oh, it was a draft because I was like, I'm going to tweet about this. And this is the thing. I said, we are blessed and highly favored to live in a time when Eric is writing. Okay, here's what he said. One of my favorite things about the Venom trailer is that Michelle Williams plays a character who talks like Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors and wears a wig that looks like it is from a collection called Nicole, Wigs by Nicole Kidman.
Like,
who thinks of that?
Who thinks of that? Who puts that together in that way?
He's so good. So follow him. He's an excellent follower.
Okay. Julie Huff. I'm thinking about watching Lost.
The Julie Huff? Julianne Huff?
No.
That's different. Julie, how do you feel about your brother?
Is it bad? I did the same thing.
I'm thinking of watching Lost because I've never watched it when it was on and I feel like I missed something. Do you think it will hold up or do you need to watch it when everyone else was watching it or it won't be the same?
So just to clarify, clear the decks here for this question. She's saying, should she just watch it now?
Or should you just let it go?
Or, well, I read that differently here. I read, should she invent some time traveling technology
Fair enough.
and then go back and watch it with all of us? I would say do that.
Oh, for sure, the latter is
but
the
I
right
don't know
choice.
your life, Julie, and I don't know how like proficient you are at science stuff. So I would say it still holds up though.
Oh, it definitely
It's a
holds
good
up.
consolation.
No, it is. And if you don't know a ton of spoilers about it, like if you haven't like read a lot about it, I think it still could surprise you because it's actually far enough away.
And I don't think that is like a commonly spoiled thing because like to spoil it feels so you gotta be in the weeds with everybody.
That's true.
You know?
Because the biggest spoiler to me you only understand and appreciate that spoiler if you understand how the show is structured in the first 3 seasons.
So like, if you just spoiler, it would be categorically insane. But no, what does that mean? What's the word? Yeah. So.
But there is going to be some dark points for you. I will tell you that, Julie. There's going to be a season or 2, or a season, maybe a half season. Truly, it's like you're going to have to get through it. There's going to be a guy named Paolo.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to get through.
I think.
Maybe if you can't enjoy the ride, maybe. I don't know.
That's true. It's a lot of episodes.
Agree. I think you're going to lose a little bit because like part of the fun was deconstructing it with everybody else in real time. But give yourself a little bit of permission to skip ahead for like that. But also, what would be like the lowest without spoiling? Do you have a low like creative point that you watched that was hard to like, or a set piece or like a arc?
I mean, listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't like Juliet.
Juliet.
Oh, it didn't.
You can go now.
I know,
like
and I know he loves Juliet. Obviously, it's not that I didn't love her. I liked the like her coming to the others and all of that. And look, I've been to that camp in Hawaii. Like that was we had to travel there so I could see it. But I didn't like Sawyer being a good guy. I'm always Team Jack for life. Yeah. I liked him staying like a little like sketchy. And sweaty.
I only had like there's some late season stuff that gets a little weird, but the episode that they're like, look, Hurley isn't losing weight and he's on this island. We got to explain this. So they built a whole episode around how he's not losing weight. That was a low point for me. I was like, come on, we're on an island with weird stuff. I can suspend disbelief.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, Molly Walquist. I'll be at the Dallas show, and I need help knowing how y'all like your fans to act around you. Do I play it cool? Fangirl? Bring a trinket? Are y'all huggers or no? Since there's going to be 600 of us, are y'all still doing a meet and greet? If I don't get a chance to say hi, I just want to say thank you. Y'all are a treasure. I have a smattering of tiny children and stay home with them, and over the years, y'all have definitely helped keep me sane.
That's very kind. And just to get to the important stuff, trinkets.
We do like presents, but not because we like presents. We liked our salsa that we got in the mail from Salsa Basket. Like we
don't do sponsors here. They don't get that.
Oh, that's sorry. I'm just saying that salsa is pretty good. We will have a meet and greet after. There's a great lobby, and we will come out. And if you wait, we will see you. So, I'm a hugger. I'm not a hugger actually in real life at all, but I feel like a lot of podcast listeners are huggers, and I like to speak your language when you have paid to come to see us.
Yeah, so maybe it's like, what do you want?
Yeah, you're the ones who paid to be there.
Like, you want like a handshake? Like you may work on a secret, like we'll just email about a secret handshake.
Our favorite interaction though, I will say this, our favorite interaction is when we like meet you and like say hello and like thank you and all the things. And then we don't know how to get out of it, and you don't want a picture, but we think you might want a picture. And so we have to take the picture with my phone because I feel so awkward. And I'm like, no, I want a picture. And like, we don't know. So feel free to go, I don't want a picture. Yeah. But thanks.
You're not that cool.
Like, calm down.
My favorite interaction was from North Carolina. I think we talked about this. It was when we had 2 sisters. They came to say, hey, we've been years without talking. We were like, really at odds with each other, and we both independently started listening to your show, and it brought us together, and now we're a happy family, and we're like, oh my gosh, really, that's so cool. Sweet. They're like, psych, no!
and we were so sad, because we're like, that's such a lovely story, but we also laughed, because that was super funny.
Good job.
Yeah.
Okay, Kristen Canalora, what are some hurdles for each of you in terms of enjoying a TV show? For example, one of mine is when characters are constantly delivering dramatic speeches. I'm looking at you, this is us. A well-written timed speech here and there is fine, but don't drown me.
That's a great point.
It is. Okay, I'll give you an example. Knox greenlit this year The Amazing Mrs. Maisel. And so
that's not the name of the show.
Is that not? That's marvelous. It's fine. And it took forever to watch it because I felt like I had some Amy Sherman Palladino PTSD from having watched the 4 reboot episodes of the Gilmore Girls. But I watched it and it was so good. I will say this, one of the problems towards the end after binging, and I'm talking about I watched 8 episodes in 2 days. Part of the problem is her voice started to pick at me in a way. Is
it the accent or the voice?
I think it's the voice, because I thought, I don't think I'm bothered by the accent. I think I'm bothered by the like, hello. Like,
there's a lot of talkiness.
There's so much talking because, but she said, but it's a magical show.
But
like,
you know what? It's like that's what she does. She writes talky dialogue. You know.
I know. It's such a good show. You were right.
I think something that takes me out so fast is bad exposition. Like, I can't believe this is your last day on the job, Frank. And like, well, Frank's about to die probably. Like, it's just really clunky dialogue, like really bad exposition that like you gotta talk through while you're here. It kills me. Like, just show me, don't tell me. That's the worst.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, those are all the questions in the post. We're gonna move to the chat.
Wait, we had one from Allie who came at me pretty hard.
Oh.
Yeah, and I can remember.
Look at how he's remembered it.
Yeah, I remembered it.
Aaron's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Because I was in my car driving home and I was like, oh, it's that right.
Oh yes, I'm sure I did miss this.
Okay.
Yes. Allie Horse.
Yeah.
Have you considered the idea that
No, can you read it with more attitude?
Okay.
Because there is attitude in the question.
Have you considered the idea that the problem with the News and Notes intro is not Jamie? He uses the same tone and wording as his Lights intro, which makes the degree of difficulty for Jamie's response incredibly high.
Yes.
There are only so many ways to answer that question.
Oh my gosh.
Last week's example. All right, Jamie, you want to do some news? Jamie, do you want to do some lights? That's how she.
I think she makes a very valid
So
points.
do you feel like I have asked you to walk over a high wire in getting to the news when I just said, Jamie, do you want to do some news? Is that an impossible gamut?
100% not how you say it.
Is that like the most unconquerable question to answer?
It's not a hard question to answer. You do ask it in the exact same way that you ask the lights, and we built we've built merchandise around let's do some lights. So I feel like I have to come in with a version that can be on a shirt.
So from someone who has said, do not ask me questions I'm not ready for unless you okay them with me. For me to
exactly right,
every single week consistently ask you the same question with the same intonation, that is also a problem. That's what I'm hearing from you and from Allie.
Listen, I think
is Allie even a real person?
Is it me? I'm Allie. Listen, here's the deal. For me, the issue is I do know the question in advance, which is helpful. I do appreciate that. Mm-hmm. My problem is that I forget that you're going to ask it until you ask it.
Right. Okay.
Because ADD is real and it affects your brain. And I don't remember. And then you say it, I'm like, I got to be funny on the spot. And I'm not funny on the spot.
Okay. So can we ask supporters to give us like a better entree for you?
Yes. You support me. Listen, you give us money and tell me what to say.
Yeah. Tell us how to do our job.
Like, I want to know. Give me some ideas. Like, you can DM me specifically. You don't even have to share it, and I'll just spring it on.
And whatever you guys pick, we'll use it. And
we'll use it.
Never say yes.
We'll narrow it down. Mm-hmm. Okay. Again, we're making promises. In the
I'm going to start saying, let's put it on the poll, even though we don't have a poll or a mechanism.
We can't have a poll. No, we have a mechanism for polls.
I don't really want to commit her to doing that. I just want to act like there's one. We'll be like, oh, it's being democratically voted on.
We can do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Rhiannon, how, just 2 questions. First of all, how do we submit questions for the live Q&A in Dallas? Do we send them to Jason Waterfalls or something? Do you want to explain how that works?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I mean, hold on to it in your heart and carry it with you to Dallas, and then ask it when it's time, and Jason will help you.
Yeah. There's no pre-submitted.
No. Should there be? Should we do that? No. Okay. Yeah.
No, there's no pre-submitted questions, but you can go on Instagram. Jason Waterfalls has an account, and you can follow him. It's podcast Jason Waterfalls.
Is it podcast?
It's
possession.
It's possession. Yeah. I didn't approve that as social media director, but that's fine. And go follow him. And he was just asking for tips on where to eat in Dallas as he comes there. And then I saw him get into a heated debate with somebody about using the term use. It was fun. It was a good time.
Should we do a post and ask? Because sometimes, like, if you're coming, don't be shy. Because sometimes there's, 10 minutes where everyone's like, no, should I ask a question?
Yeah, no, it has questions. Like, one, it's just a good time. You'll very likely be in audio later that will be featured on Patreon. So, and it's your chance to shine. You never know what may happen. You never know how it may turn out.
That feels like an unfairly lofty ambition you're putting out there.
Some people do make the best of it.
Some people really do. Listen, we had a group of lovely ladies from Atlanta who my mother was like, they're so rowdy.
That's how Charlize Theron got her start, isn't it? She asked a rowdy question at a
bank in South Africa.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly how it works. Yeah.
So. Rhiannon also wants to know, I'm super excited about the new season of Westworld, but can't decide whether to watch it week to week or wait until the 10 weeks are out and be able to binge it. What do you guys do for short seasons?
Good question. I think that is such an unwieldy show to watch back to back.
Agreed.
So I think you need a week space.
I need to read a recap. Like after I watched it, the premiere, I had to go find a recap so someone could explain to me what just happened.
As a rule, if I know there's going to be scrotum exposure, I do need a window. I don't want to go boom.
You don't want to go scrotum back to back.
So for those with your kids, congratulations on this AUA.
It's part of the show, guys. I don't know what you want.
I would say that, you know what I do? I binge podcasts that are short seasons, but not shows. Like I want to watch every week. Like, I don't want to
I like the routine aspect. Every on Tuesdays after I finish show edit, I watch Billions. That's when I catch up to Billions.
Oh yeah, after my Monday after we record, I prep and recorded. I always watch Last Week Tonight, and I watch Silicon Valley. We're such exciting people.
Read that. What Knox is looking at so intensely. She wants to know if it's the comments, but I think it's your food.
Oh no, I think it's you. If this is where I'm looking, it's Aaron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Aaron is right
But
here.
if this is where I'm looking, it's
food. Okay. Tyler Mills, since we're oversaturated with prestige television, do you think the TV bubble is going to burst soon or get so big that it consumes us all?
I
think it's big, right? I think
Lost 5 years ago, we would have all been talking about it, but now because people are like better things. It's too short. The season, so you have too many things that are 10 episodes. So that network is putting out, 2 of those a time period, and so 8 of those a year, and that's 1 of 20 networks. There's no way you can watch it all. So a show like Better Things that I think is excellent, fantastic, despite being connected to Louis C.K. It's a fantastic show, but nobody's watching it. Nobody's connecting to it. I don't have anybody to talk to you about it.
There were 3. I don't know if we cut it or kept it this week. But there were 3 shows you mentioned this week's episode where I was like, yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh, no, you kept it. I know Trust.
No, I know Trust because I taped that.
7 seconds.
7 seconds, I don't know what that is. This is like a Nick Cage movie.
It's with Richard and Keene.
Oh, yeah, Nick got canceled already, didn't it?
No, it just was a short season.
No, but I think it's not coming back.
Oh, is it not?
Yeah.
See, exactly. By the time you hear about it, it's already canceled.
And that's the hard part. Can I ask you a question? How weird is it going to be? Well, do you think Louis C.K. will eventually come back? And if he does, how weird is it going to be?
I read an article the other day that it was talking about all the Me Too men that were starting to creep out of their houses. They're like, Matt Lauer has been seen around, the Hamptons.
Okay, let's ask this question. What is one of the Me Too dudes who can have a second life? Who can survive it?
I don't think Matt Lauer can. Not in news anyway.
I don't think he can, but I feel like he's going to try.
Oh,
he's super
going to try.
What
is his next move?
I think he's look, this is the 3rd Spider-Man movie. You can brutally murder me in a horrifically graphic way.
Wow.
And that'll be my penance, and then I can do news again. But something like that.
Because Brian Williams was sent to cable news, right? He was banished.
Did he Me Too?
No, he didn't Me Too. He lied about that.
Which now in retrospect, everyone's like, well, we'll take
that.
That
was no big deal. We didn't sexually assault anyone.
Right.
Louis C.K. I think is the one who can.
Because he'll write. He'll be in the background.
And you won't see him. It's not as public, his return.
Fair. Tyler also wants to know which romantic comedy is the GOAT.
Oh, great question.
I don't know. I feel like I can't be married to this forever, so I'm going to do this in the moment. Okay.
This is not smart to do this in the moment. Because the one I have in the chamber, it's not the one, but it's the one I want to say.
Is it
your personal?
Yeah, I was just going to say,
do your personal.
I want to hear yours too. You've not been answering questions, Aaron. My personal GOAT is Sweet Home Alabama.
That makes me feel better.
I love that. I love that movie. That's a baby in a bar. You brought a baby to a bar. It's also weirdly racist though too. So and probably like heteronormative, but
wow. What?
There's a lot going on in that. There's a lot going on in that movie. There's a lot going on in that movie. Pull back. But I feel like the best one. What's your personal? Do you have a personal favorite romantic comedy?
I'm gonna say How to Lose a Guy.
Oh, so good. That might be the good. That might be the all over good.
So strong.
It's so good. She's so good in it.
She's really, it's the only thing she's good at.
God, when she like brings out
The Fern.
I would say, what if she was just that person forever in real life?
Like Andy, she's just that character.
She crossed over and just became, is it Annie or Andy? It's Andy, isn't it?
It's Andy.
It's Andy.
Yeah.
Of course it's Andy, yeah.
Yes, because look, I watched Kate Hudson's Instagram where she's having another baby with another rock star. And yeah, well, it should have felt that way. So don't cut your hair and make me mad. But she did the gender reveal. I've never seen a woman so happy that she is not having a boy. Like, that girl was like in her third trimester and jumped 8 feet in the air.
Oh, wow.
Like on her back with an eye. It was amazing. So,
do you think Wally would be the best romantic comedy?
Ooh.
Interesting. Hot, spicy.
It's good.
We're going to watch that this weekend. I forgot how just pitiful as humans are. Just pitiful, chubby
Humans are so bad.
babies.
Aaron, what is yours? What's your personal good?
Mrs. Winterbourne.
That's right.
Is this
when have we talked about
second AUA that we've done the Miss Winterbourne thing?
No, I think we did. We talked about Mrs. Winterbourne at the live show. Because Brendan Fraser was my childhood crush.
Oh, it's in the giveaway, in the trivia.
Yeah. Maybe we can talk about Mrs. Winterbourne. That or 13 going on 30.
Oh my gosh, 13 going on 30 is so good.
Ruffalo pulls it down.
So good.
God, so good.
Okay. Holly Davila. We already she asked about show Frenemy, but she says she feels bad for Catherine, but wants to know if it's justified. We already kind of talked about that, but it's definitely justified.
Oh, it's super justified.
And
Show Frenemy is the kindest.
listen, Catherine boxed me after Dak Shepard tweeted at her and said it was the best moment of her life, not because Dax tweeted at her, but because he kept the podcast in the tweet. She said that would stick it to y'all real good. So
when I go to sleep, I'm still not Dax, so I'm good with that.
Okay. Jenny Isaminger. I've got 2 windows open on my browser. This one and Wayfair. I'm buying patio furniture. When you go to someone's house for a pool party, do you prefer to sit at a dining set or a comfy couch?
I'm so glad that we can help you with your shopping.
For a pool party, do I prefer a dining set? We're talking outdoor dining
Outdoor,
set?
yeah, outdoor.
Or a comfy couch outdoor?
Yeah.
Loving your life.
Oh, I want the comfy couch.
I like this.
Well, it sounds like she's got a pool.
Okay.
It sounds like she's got a situation where you can gather.
It's not she has too many friends, so she has to get more seating.
Listen, I went to my friend Laura's house, and she has a pool, and she had a sectional outside, and I freaking lost my mind. I was like, I didn't even know you could have a sectional outside. By the way, one of the latest episodes of How I Built This was with the guys who started Wayfair, and those guys, it's this dumbest story. Like, we didn't even want to sell furniture.
Well, can I jump in here?
Yeah.
It's evident because we bought 3 pieces of furniture this past January from Wayfair. All of them came destroyed. Like, I opened them and it looked like a raptor had bitten through them. And I called and I was like, well, I need my money back. And they're like, you'll get it. And like, that was the vibe. Like, settle down.
Because those guys don't care about selling furniture.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, what do you want to do with this stuff? And they're like, well, we'll be in touch. And if we're not, it's your problem. Literally what they said. So you know what I did? I burnt it in my backyard bonfire. I was so mad about this. Like, what are you
the only
doing?
person that would be so mad that instead of like working harder to get your $500 back.
No, I got my money back.
Oh.
But they stuck me with the furniture.
Oh, they wouldn't take it like physically.
So like one Sunday
Yeah.
from 1 to 6 p.m., I burned every single piece of furniture that they made me keep.
Your neighborhood association must love you.
They got bigger problems. Trust me.
Okay, Emily Meeks, will you be drinking mint juleps for the Derby or Marks for Cinco de Mayo at the Dallas show?
Definitely not.
Good call. Yeah, Marks all day. I like a mint julep though. Don't get me wrong. I like a mint julep. Maybe I'll wear a hat to the live show. to like do a hat tip to.
No, you won't. Yeah, you
Order
guys
hat.
got, like,
I know it's so big.
look like Saturn up there.
There's a tweet to be like. There's a tweet to be like. My friend Joseph said, who else has a big head? He used to say, like planets orbit around you. It's amazing.
There's lots of people here who would be for a Jamie Beauty tube.
Oh my gosh. Guys, you know how much work that is? When I watch them, I'm every time thinking, this is so much. I did a story yesterday on skincare, and it like, I had to go take a nap. It like took it all out of me. There's no way I can't edit the audio. You think I can edit video? No. Like I can't, but I'm gonna do it on Instagram stories. There's a perfect place for that. Somebody the other day said I should have a beauty podcast. And I was like, but I love that mascara. That's my favorite beauty podcast.
Podcast media group needs to expand. We need to expand our roster.
I know.
That network.
Go to that network. Yeah. Like.
All right, Megan Masserole Casserole.
I love it.
Is it mozzarella like casserole?
Like
That's what she said.
Mozzarella like
bacon cheek.
casserole.
Like bacon cheek. No, it's just pronounced casserole.
Mhm.
So Masserole Casserole.
If she put casserole, that's her name.
Okay.
Legally. That is now your legal name. So
Megan Casserole.
It's like Brianna like Shannon. That's her legal name.
It's Megan Casserole. What do y'all predict is going to happen to streaming OGs like Netflix and Hulu now that channels are streaming?
It's so hard though. Like channel streaming. So I have CBS because I love The Good Fight and I like Star Trek Discovery, and it's not that expensive. Plus, it was how I watched the Grammys. Like CBS does a great job of streaming things like sports, whatever. Like they're all like, it's here. Whereas ABC is like, oh no, you can pay to have this streamer, but we're also not going to show anything live. Like we're so sorry. I don't think it impacts because it would be different if like Hulu has to continue creating its own content, because eventually, as like the CW pulled all their content from Hulu because they're like, no, come over here and watch it. That's why Netflix will be fine because they're not dependent on those streaming channels. Yeah, because Netflix, they built out their infrastructure strategy before everyone figured out streaming, right? So they're gonna be okay because they have their original content. Hulu is like a piece of all the cable companies. They were like, so like the cable company, like if we're thinking about this in the Iliad terms, which I think we should probably, Netflix is probably Achilles and Hulu is like Hector. And the company sent Hector out to try to fight Achilles, and Achilles just devastated him, right? Brad Pitt just murdered Eric Bana. That's Hulu. So Hulu has the backing of the cable company, so they'll always be around. But Netflix is built up and forged enough that they'll survive and thrive. But like when you see Disney or ESPN's new streaming, like ESPN launched their streaming app, and they're like, hey, do you want an ESPN streaming app? And we're like, okay, cool. Like, what do I get? Like, what are you doing with it? Oh, nothing. Like women's softball, maybe like rain delays, I think. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, so like the bubbles burst, but I think those two. Yeah, that's good. That's a good question.
Okay, Holly. Holly is asking for the return of the People's Court. So if y'all could please.
I feel like we are doing the heavy lifting.
Well, y'all have like a controversial opinion.
That's true.
We
did talk about Wuthering Heights this week. How do you feel about Wuthering Heights?
I hate Wuthering Heights.
So no help there, y'all. Judge Wapner hates Wuthering Heights too. Yeah, that would be a good.
No, but it'll come back when look. It's like Batman. When the signal goes out, it comes out.
Which is so true.
Okay,
hot take, real quick. John Acuff or John Crist?
Oh, what a question!
That's
really good question.
Give me a name. Who is that?
That's Janie. Isa Meeker.
That's so good. Listen, here's the two things. Here are my two things that I'm weighing against each other. I appreciate that John Acuff recently posted a tweet. No, he posted a tweet on Instagram, which don't like that.
Serial offender.
Don't like that. I like that he said that recently he had a book signing and only 6 people came. And then so you never get big enough where that doesn't happen.
That's why I'll never do a book signing.
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare.
But then John Crist did a poster for Christchella that brought tears to my eyes. It was so hilarious.
Okay, let me think. Here's her.
Is it apples and oranges? Are they the same?
Here's what I like. Let's do tail to tail. I like that John Acuff used the Christian thing and then, established his own identity.
Right.
John Crist is just on that teat. he's not going to get off that team.
But why get off the team?
But he's good at it.
He's so good at that
Is he,
team.
or is it like we're all Christian? That's funny.
Well,
You know what I mean? Is
that,
it authentically funny or just like proximity funny?
but does it have to be?
I don't think it has to be.
Yeah,
proximity.
because when I'm in my bed and Ashley's listening and like watching and like giggling at John B. Christ, and I don't hear her listening to my
so
podcast.
now we know
giggling about that.
story.
You're dang right. That's what it's about. You're dang right.
So someone is threatened by one and not the other. I would
Here
say
are the two voices that haunt me in my bed
Okay.
from my wife's phone. Durr and John B. Christ. Every freaking night. I'm like, can we not with these people? Can we not?
it's not like he doesn't hear me enough. What a delight.
It's like it fades into numb flashbacks, and I hear like rotary blades and like gunfire. I'm like, oh, am I hearing that voice?
That's so good. I would chime Chris for the record.
I pick John.
Okay. Jenny also wants to know if VIPs in Dallas get margaritas throughout the show. Yes,
Wow.
if you buy them.
Yeah.
There is a cash bar.
Have anything.
Jenny, go to
Great.
town. There's no drink limit. No one is going to hold you back.
Just get an Uber.
Yeah. Do not drive yourself.
Does John Acuff get more credit? This is a really great question. I'm sorry. It's really good. Shouldn't he get credit because he did what John B. Christ is doing first? What Stuff Christians Like?
I don't think. Oh God, I forgot about
He did.
Stuff Christians Like.
He did.
Stuff Christians
But
Like
that wasn't funny.
was a
He didn't have the medium.
a
He didn't
rip.
have the medium yet.
He ripped it from stuff white people like.
That's true. It was
He didn't rip. He
No,
was
he
inspired.
ripped. No, he
Well, so
ripped.
what's John B. Christ doing?
He's doing the same thing.
He's double ripping.
But I don't think
This is crazy.
He's a stand-up comedian. He's doing stand-up
I think
comedy.
Why? How is he a stand-up comedian?
He's
Because he does events.
We do events. Are we stand-up comedians?
No, but we do a lot of podcasts. He does actual. We're in a business. Like we're not just at my
We're
house.
business people.
We're business people,
We're
guys.
business.
But he does stand-up comedy. Like he goes to venues and sells out venues and does a stand-up set of 60 minutes. That is a stand-up.
I
He
really
does 60 minutes.
I really
He does
choose
60
Aaron
minutes.
Tuning. Aaron Tuning is the funnier one. He's the funny guy.
Yeah, Aaron Shooting. But he just doesn't come into my feed enough. Aaron Shooting, you need to work harder.
But he's very funny.
He is funny. I've seen it.
Okay. Are we
Sorry,
done
I
with A Cup V Chris?
Yes.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Maria Sohar, how do you feel about Jesse Palmer hosting the proposal? Is this just a pageant version of The Bachelor?
I don't like that.
I do. Jesse Palmer, anytime because he's on the SEC network, right? Normally. So anytime
I think he's ABC proper.
is he?
Yeah.
Who's on the it doesn't matter. When there's a game where I'm gonna be watching the college football game and there's a part of me that likes that when it's Jesse Palmer.
Why?
He's an attractive human being.
No, he's not. He's a good haircut.
He's
a
100%
good
an
haircut.
attractive.
He's not good at anything.
Dennis, let's just for
Not
those
good
who
at
don't
Florida
know,
quarterbacking.
I just want to make sure that you can see him so that you know and you can make that call for yourself.
He's like if Tim Tebow could talk well, that's what the career he would have. He's not very good at anything.
So guys, just let me know what you think.
get out of
Is he
here.
attractive?
Is that even him?
That of course is him.
That's not even him.
That is him.
That is not even him. That's homeboy from Desperate Housewives. Jamie.
That's true.
Jesse Palmer. Is his name Jesse Palmer too?
I thought Jesse Palmer was.
Yes.
John Tucker must die.
Yes.
John Tucker
That's
must
how
die.
he's dead.
No.
No.
He committed suicide. Remember, he was going to jail for porn, and then he committed
Jamie,
suicide.
that's the dude
That's
from
the
Glee.
dude from Glee.
This is why I edit, guys. This is why you get an edited episode.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, who do you think this is?
That's John Tucker must die.
That is Jesse Palmer.
I know the caption says it, but it's not true.
Okay.
Palmer.
I will let you open hand slap me.
Okay, is that Jesse Palmer?
That's Jesse Palmer. Yeah.
This is what Jesse Palmer looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dude you showed me was not Jesse Palmer.
Okay, I believe it.
And did not commit
But
suicide.
that's a cute.
This picture
He's a cutie.
is from his sponsorship at an event with Clorox toilet products.
Oh, buddy.
Buddy.
Come on.
We sell Lola tampons. No judgment
You
here.
don't actually.
Fair enough.
You don't do that.
Okay. Okay. We don't have very much time left. We have like 10 minutes because we're going to go a little over since we started.
Yes, of course.
Late. So I'm going to try to go through here. Hot take: is The Leftovers worth binge watching?
Yeah. Look, well, okay. If you are season 2, yes, for sure.
Fair.
If you are,
Can you start season 2 without watching season 1?
I think you can because they'll do a preview season on, and they'll be like, well, some weird stuff happened, crazy stuff happened. I think if you are not triggered by super depressing contexts, go for the whole thing. If you are, just watch season 2 and 3.
And 3.
Season 1 is dark.
Season 1 is super dark, but I also would say don't binge it like 3 episodes a night.
No, do one day.
Yes, like it's a lot. You'll DM us with sad emojis, and we will be.
But it's good though.
Yeah, it's good.
Katie Bradley, was there ever a time you guys were so annoyed with each other you're ready to call it quits? Don't lie, I remember Adnan.
I just had too much to drink that night. I wasn't really annoyed.
Fair.
Yeah.
I love that your alcoholism is going to leave you eating your hair.
It's not, look, I stand by it. You just can't convince me.
I'm so excited that he's going to eat his hair, you guys. Some of you don't even know because it's
someone was
long.
like, let's make a big hairball and he'll have to eat it. I'm like, what are the terms on this?
I feel like you just have to like pull out some hair.
Someone wanted to make a hairball stew and like really.
No, let's not be dramatic. But I would say, like,
Jamie has
I was gonna say, yeah.
I don't think so. No, I think the only time. Listen, I think the only real disagreement we had, and I think it did end up in the episode, was about Brie Larson.
It didn't end up in the episode.
Did it not?
No.
Well, that was the real disagreement.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
But it wasn't like real. Like again, when you're arguing about Brie Larson, you're fine. Like you're not. It's not.
There's always a moment when you're arguing, where you're like, what am I arguing about? What is happening?
Why am I going to the mat for Brie?
That's the life you live. So whatever. But I don't think there's ever. I almost agree. There's ever been like I'm done. This is over. After every live show, I'm like, I can't ever do this again. I'm done. But like that's an emotional thing. But I think we've had the Brie Larson super fight. We had a super fight about Justin Timberlake's new album.
Oh my gosh, we did. That's
and
right.
it was just like, at a certain point, I was like, I know this isn't going, but I'm not letting this go.
That's my favorite part, is that I would be willing to move on from John Crist and John Acutt. And he's like...
But you never know if you're going to get to a more interesting argument.
That's true.
So like, let it ride.
That's why but sometimes we go, well, that did not work out.
Yeah.
We recently did a Bible binge where at the end of it we went, we're going to need to do that over. Like, that was weird. Yeah, so.
Okay, Katie Wilson, do you all have any thoughts or opinions on Jesus Christ Superstar Live? Did you watch it live or at all? I need to know an official podcast stance.
I didn't watch it live, and I kind of wish I had after I saw the feedback.
Yeah, I watched the first half, and then I had to like leave. Like, it's in the stream. I had to go.
It is.
But I watched it live, and I thought it was good. I liked John Legend a lot. I love Sarah Bareilles, and so. But I will be honest with you, I don't love these things. Like, I don't love live music unless they're done in a theater on Broadway. Or, I don't know, it feels very, like, I always feel like the camera crew doesn't 100% have it together.
Oh, okay.
Like, there's always like, where are you going, Mike? Like, he just doesn't know where he's supposed to be. So sometimes I don't love that.
Can we... Do you feel like no one talks about John Legend in La La Land? Have you ever read a thing that's like John Legend's performance?
No, because it gets overshadowed by
what?
By Emma and Ryan.
He's really good at it.
He's really good at it. He's solid.
Like, they just kind of gloss over that he's an amazing musician.
My favorite is when he does the concert and Emma Stone is like in the audience, like,
and they're both like mega frowny emoji.
Like, this is the worst way your life is
That's
turned.
empirically great music, but it's not saving jazz.
Listen, I have an irrational love for Chrissy Teigen and John Legend separately, together as a couple. Like, my favorite was Chrissy Teigen posted yesterday a picture of them at a fundraising event where they donated a dinner for 20, where John Legend would play, this famous chef would cook, and Chrissy Teigen would be the hostess.
Okay.
They ended up, one of the dinners went for $1 million. And so they decided to do it another time. It was for AFAR, I think. But she posted a picture. She's super pregnant. The only comment I see of the thousands of comments, because I love that Instagram now lets you see the celebrity comment at the bottom, and it's hers like, hey guys, I know it does feel like I've been pregnant forever. Yeah, please keep commenting about that. It makes me feel so good. I love her so much. John is a delight. So yeah, we should talk about it more.
Okay, 2 hot take questions. Prison Break, yay or nay?
Yay! First season.
Okay. Don't go past that.
Are y'all continuing a Bachelor recaps with Patreon for these opinions that need to die?
Oh, we're
Both of those things. No, both of those things are true. We're gonna do the Bachelorette. We're gonna do the damn thing.
Wow.
We're really doubling down. Like,
Oh my gosh, y'all!
you see the marketing?
The marketing, it's all.
It's like her silhouette and like do the damn thing. I'm like, already.
I already hate Rebecca.
Wow.
I didn't hate Rebecca when that season ended.
Okay, Tyler, what are y'all's favorite albums of 2018 so far?
Mine is my green light that I gave recently, which is Golden Hour by Casey Musgraves. I will say this, and I'm sure she will love it that I outed her. Sophie Hudson, who we love, friend of the show, she messaged me and said somewhere, I think she sent me in. Oh yeah, she said, your Casey Musgraves recommendation was spot on. I had no idea. I think that is compliment. That's my favorite album. I'm still on repeat. I love it.
I don't know that I have one. Like, it's not a 2018. I've been listening to Frank Ocean's album. Like, it's really good. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna just go through some of these. Melissa Ladden, Jamie, does your brother listen to the show? I know that after today's episode, we all think he might be a cult leader. Just wondering how this has affected your relationship.
I want to send him a clip of it, but no, this is my brother who came to the live show in Birmingham, and after it was over, brought my niece, and this was the first time he'd seen it, and his first question was, how do you make money at this? Second, it was, well, I have to watch your podcast.
Yeah, nailed it. Nailed all that terminology. It was perfect.
Yeah, so no.
Okay. Tyler wants to say that Chloe Smallville was his box set girlfriend. His episode was devastating. I don't know what a box set girlfriend is.
Yeah, that's an Urban Dictionary.
That's an Urban Dictionary reference.
Fair. Katie Patati, who it's like 2 in the morning for her right now.
Thank you, Katie.
Chris or Liam Hemsworth. Also, side note, Jamie, Chris Hemsworth and Elsa spent Easter with Matt Damon and family in her town, just casually hanging out on the beach, drinking tinnies, which I assume is some Australian slang with locals.
Tinnies?
I will appropriate that.
I don't have a tinny.
Can we talk about Biff Hemsworth? Homeboy in Westworld.
And there's the secret Skarsgård brother that's in Westworld too.
What is his name?
Playing
not Peter Stellan.
Not Peter Stellan.
He's the new
He's the new the bald guy.
The new big bad or whatever.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Chris Hemsworth in Thor. I'm gonna say Liam Hemsworth in The Dressmaker. I get what Kate Winslet was running to. Hello, it's very attractive.
I don't know. Okay. I think that's all our questions.
Aww.
You ran out.
You guys.
Any more questions? John, anything you want to say?
Well, as always, thank you. You guys are amazing. We hit a fantastic goal this month on Patreon. We have more than 2,000 supporters, and more than half of them are $7 people, which hopefully that means we're bringing value to the table. Always feedback to us. Let us know if there are other things, that we can do or, provide. We want to be able to do that. But hopefully you feel like you're getting value. This is possible. Like Aaron exists in this room because of you, because you help us pay her mortgage. So
thank you.
Yes. So we are very grateful for all your support. Hopefully we're going to see a bunch of you in Dallas.
We need to tell them, you're going to email about parking, but we got word that parking's really going to be.
Apparently our live show, the venue guy said, oh, just so you know, this is a really lots of people come here for Cinco de Mayo because when you walk out of the theater, there are 6 quinceañera shops. So just be a heads up that it's going to be a little crowded. So planning for parking, that's going to be important. But
or Uber.
And then drink margaritas the whole time.
Responsibly.
Yeah, but if you got the Uber, you're set.
Yeah.
Unless, my dad recently told me, people kill you when you get an Uber. We're traveling to San Diego together, and I haven't figured out what they're going to do without me when I'm at a conference. It's oops, they have drug dealer GoFunds. I don't know how they're going to navigate the city. It's going to be great.
It'll be fine.
It's going to be fine.
All right. I think we're done.
Okay.
Bye,
Thank you guys. Bye.
Can you turn it off? Oh, good job. No, I believe you.